Greetings, citizens, and welcome to another adventure of the Real Comic Heroes podcast. My name's Travis, and this week I am flying solo. Sorry, folks, Patrick is not with me today because we are not reviewing a movie this week. This week I'll be taking a look at the indie comic from Omnimorphic called Alien Toilet Monsters. That's right, Alien Toilet Monsters. We were contacted via our Instagram account by the creators of Alien Toilet Monsters, and they have asked us to take a look at the first issue. And I will say, when they sent me the first issue, and I'll admit, once I got to looking at it, I really couldn't stop reading it. I'd planned to just glance at it real quick and then fully read it kind of later on when I had more time. But yeah, once I started looking at the first couple pages and getting a look at the art, I was pretty much sucked in for the remainder of the issue. This book is written by Carol Zara and Eric Barnett, with art and story by Eric Barnett. Book one is titled Breaking the Seal. And yeah, as I went through this, it has art that reminds me of kind of like The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, just because of some of the kind of alien monster horror type creatures that are in this. And then I was also reminded of comics like Saga, which just kind of takes place on a world much different, or a galaxy much different than ours, and there's really no explanation as to why the world is the way it is. You just kind of get thrown into it, and you just have to kind of learn as you go of how the world is the way it is. And so this book kind of starts out in a similar fashion. Like, they explain that that deals with like a multiverse or multiple Earth. So you kind of find out that there are like these crazy alternate reality where jumping through, or I guess the multiverse, into Earth, while illegal, seems to be a common way to travel. Like, you can jump from one Earth to the next, and they're called like multi 241. There are variant versions of like yourself across these multis. So you might have you could have a younger version of yourself in one multi. But the main story of the first issue here kind of focuses around this Frankie's, which is like a sort of a greasy spoon kind of diner where we meet Frankie, the owner. And we find out the love of his life, his wife, she passed away, and he is visited by his wife, or a version of his wife, from one of the multis. Her name's Angel. So they sit down and they get to chatting, and then her husband shows up, who happens to be a younger version of Frankie. So in this diner, then you've got Frankie, a copy of his dead wife, and then her husband, which is a copy of Frankie, a younger version, like I said. And all the while this is going on, you've got other patrons of the restaurant who are kind of talking about Frankie and the situation. So you kind of get to know a little bit about some of the other people in this restaurant. But then, like I said, the younger version of Frankie comes through the multi looking for his wife, and then this becomes a problem because the IMPD shows up, and I get a sense that the IMPD is sort of like a evil Men in Black kind of outfit, like these agents who come after people who jump through the various multis. I assume are there to take in these people who are kind of abusing the multiverse jumping capabilities. And after that, I don't want to give anything away, but this confrontation creates, some problems for the Frankies. So I won't really give anything more about that away. But then there's secondary stuff going on, including sort of an alien nature documentary that's kind of going on via the HoloNet, kind of their version of TV is like holograms that are being filmed from other multis, and one of which focuses on like this, like I said, kind of like a nature documentary or nature channel where there's like a fox who is eating a scorpion, and because of the way the multiverse works on that particular planet, when the fox eats the scorpion, it absorbs the scorpion's DNA and sort of transforms into a fox scorpion hybrid. And the art on that is pretty gorgeous. That's what I was talking about when I was referring to The Thing, where it's kind of creature horror kind of stuff. So you get to see some pretty cool kind of mutation sort of a version of this fox, which is pretty awesome. I don't really want to give anything else away because it'll just sound crazy if I try to talk about it. So this book is definitely worth a read, and like I said, once I started reading it, I was into it. It's got, like I said, the art is really good. If you like horror comics, I would say this is probably for you. The story itself has that sort of futuristic sci-fi, a lot of multiverse type different worlds, and there's some fun like secondary characters, like Dylan kind of is my favorite character from book 1. He works in the kitchen here at Frankie's. Yeah, it's. I think it's gonna be interesting. So I definitely want to read the second book, and highly recommend the book 1. So yeah, I hope you check out Alien Toilet Monsters book 1, and visit alientoiletmonsters.com to kind of find out when and where you can find this book. I think I saw on their website that you can request your local comic shop, get prints of this book. So that could be probably the best way to find out. But definitely go to that website, alientoiletmonsters.com. You can check out at Alien Toilet Monsters on Instagram, and then at The Splashback on Twitter. So definitely give those 2 accounts a follow just to stay informed as to when this book is going to be available. The book is written by Carol Zara and Eric Barnett, with art and story by Eric Barnett. So I just want to wrap it up by saying thanks to Carol and Eric for sending this my way and asking us to take a look at it. And I had a lot of fun with it and really look forward to reading more and this really crazy, messed up, trippy little world that they've got that they're creating. And if you're a creator and you want to send something our way to check out and promote and give you some feedback, you can always contact us at realcomicheroes@gmail.com. If you're a creator, or if you've got a movie or some kind of project that you're working on, let us know. We'd certainly be willing to take a look at it and give you our thoughts. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Keeping it brief. Just wanted to let you know about this comic book, and Patrick will be back with me next time. We'll be reviewing Sam Raimi's Evil Dead 2. You can follow us on Twitter at Real Comic Heroes. You can follow me on Twitter at ThatTravisBow. Until then, I'll say stay safe out there, citizens, and we'll talk to you later.